Good day, folks. Here to report some more stuff today. So I hear actor and film writer Quentin Tarantino made a promise as a little boy. He made a promise he would not give his mother a rent cent of his money off of any of his writings because she failed to believe in his writing. Quentin Tarantino wrote a lot as a child, you know, to the fact that it aggravated his teachers, to the fact his teachers would call and snitch on him to his parents. What? What teacher does that? Anyway, so his mother told him his writing would not amount to a damn thing. Stop writing, la 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 la. So he promised as a little boy she would get not a rent cent off of his money. And guess what? If keep that same energy was a person, damn if he didn't keep that promise. I've seen people on social media say, well, that's his mother, that's wrong, she fed and clothed him, she took care of him, la 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 la. You know what I'm saying? This is my thing. People need to hold parents, especially parents that behave in toxic and destructive manners, accountable. First and foremost, if I was him, I wouldn't give my mother a rent cent either if I were him. Because do you not know tearing down a child's vision can do a lot to them? Why would you tear down someone that took enough time and it took a lot of courage for them to do that? See, the thing with a lot of parents out here, they're not mindful of their child's mental and emotional health. That they just come out and say what the fuck ever. Because they don't want, because, oh, I'm the parent. It's that kind of mentality is what keeps people like that in nursing homes. And they wonder why their child or their children don't take care of them or do shit for them when they're old. I don't blame him one bit. I wouldn't give her a rent cent of my damn money. And that teacher that snitched on him, she's a fucking idiot. What educator would snitch on a student to his parents about him writing? Isn't that part of the curriculum? Reading, writing, arithmetic? What the hell? Sometimes teachers can also ruin a child. And that shows you that teacher too was a bitter thing. And I've heard many people say, well, that's his mother. He needs to forgive. He can forgive her. That doesn't mean he has to give her anything. See, people always want to comment on something they know nothing of. One, you don't know what his life was like. You didn't live in that house with him. You don't know what it was like. Okay? His mother broke him. You don't know how traumatizing that is for a child. For you to do that to a child, to tell him, oh, you're not going to do this. This is another thing because I had to deal with shit like this with my mother growing up. And this is a stupid mindset of parents where they think negative reinforcement is going to produce positive reinforcement, positive results. It doesn't. This is not a math equation where two negatives make a positive. Okay? Some people probably would say, well, maybe that was the plan to push him. If you wanted to push him, you would have told him, son, keep writing, but pay attention to school. I want you to do well in school, but I also want you to keep writing. I don't mind you writing as long as it doesn't interfere with your schoolwork. That's what a parent does. People can say, well, that's his mother. That's his mother. You know what? She's his mother because she chose to be his mother. Okay? You know why she fed him and clothed him and took care of him and did all that shit? Because she decided to be a parent. She doesn't get any standing ovations. I don't know why people do that. People used to tell me that all the time. But that's your mother. That's your mother. That's your mother. You know, she does this and she does that. You know what? You know why she did this and did that? Because I was her responsibility. That was her damn job. I'm not trying to be ungrateful. That was her damn job. When you bring somebody into this world, without their inkling, without their say so. Your job is to give that child or give those children everything. You are to work your ass off to the bone until those children grow, or until that child grows and soars on his or her own. Now, I understand some people living at home with their parents. That's a favor. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when a child is under 18. I'm not talking about keeping your adult child home because you're doing them a favor. We know that's a favor. But we're talking about what she did. I don't know what's up with parents with their toxic behavior. No one's holding them accountable, but you're mad at him because he doesn't want to give his mother a dime. He doesn't have to. He's not obligated. You don't know if he's not giving her money elsewhere. Maybe she is getting money. That doesn't mean she's getting it off his writing. You don't know anything about this guy. People really need to be quiet on situations they know nothing about. She's not getting any money off his writing. That doesn't mean she's not getting money off of something else. Not his writing. And I wouldn't give her a dime if I were him. Why would I give a person who had no vision and no belief in me a dime? Oh, because that's my mother, because that's my father. And this is another thing too I hear in a lot with black folks. Because a lot of black folks were commenting. And this is another reason why a lot of black families are falling apart. You condone toxicity because, oh, that's still your mother. That's still your brother. That's still, oh, I've had people when I was going through stuff with my mother. Well, that's your mother. If you cut her off, bad things are going to happen. No, don't try to curse. Don't try to guilt me. For one thing, if a family member's being toxic to you, I don't care if it's your mother, I don't care if it's your father, I don't care if it's your brother, your sister, whoever. You have the right to cut them the fuck off. I don't give a damn. That person has no right to be toxic, and you should not have to put yourself through that. For anything. You shouldn't have to. And what is sad is that people are trying to shame and guilt this guy. This guy doesn't give a damn. This guy's worth billions of dollars. He doesn't give a goddamn. Hell, he doesn't even give a damn about my opinion. But I agree with him. I wouldn't give her a rent cent off my writing because she had no belief in me. Do you not know how traumatizing that can be for a child? To not believe in them? And even, let's just say that was her plan to motivate him. It was a very shitty plan because you're not getting anything out of it. It backfired. It backfired because you chose to be a bitch and toxic because you had no vision, you had no patience, you had no belief, and you had no trust in your own child. So if anything, you're the one that failed as the parent, not him. You failed. People need to stop. I understand it's about pushing your children. You want to prepare your children, but it's how you do things. And parents with their toxic behaviors need to be held accountable. And that's still a mother. Still, it doesn't matter. Wrong is wrong. I don't give a damn who you are. Being a parent does not mean you cannot be wrong. Does not mean you cannot make mistakes, and does not mean you are too goddamn big to open your mouth and say, I'm sorry. And that's where a lot of people got it fucked up. And these are people, there's a lot of people out here, in my opinion, that don't deserve to be parents. That don't. That carry this mentality and carry this attitude that do not deserve to be parents. Let me explain something to you. Being a parent is a privilege. It's not your right. Because if it was such a right, CPS and all these orphanages and stuff would not exist. They would cease to exist. It is no different than getting your driver's license and voting. Well, the difference is voting is your right, and it is a privilege. But guess what? When you commit a crime, you lose that right and privilege. But I'm going to tell you something. Being a parent is not a right. It's a privilege. It's just like a driver's license. You don't have a right to drive. It is a privilege to drive. That is why when people do reckless things, they lose their license. Or it's taken away permanently. He doesn't owe his mother a goddamn. I don't care who disagrees. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all gonna disagree with this video. Cool, disagree. I'm ready. I don't expect everyone to agree with me. I would love to hear your comments and your feedback. I don't think he owes her nothing. And that teacher that snitched on him and used to get him in trouble for his writing, she's a total bitch. Okay? I hope she has to shit out of a colostomy bag now, just for being damn evil. And probably had no belief her damn self. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. He doesn't owe that old miserable cunt a damn thing. And like I said, being a parent is not a right, it's a privilege. You don't get owed for having a child. You had a child because that's what you wanted to do. That's what you chose to do. Peace.